What's up, guys? Dan Henry here, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about which ad account should you use. Should you use the client's ad account or should you use your ad account? Well, that totally depends on the situation. So most likely when you onboard a new client, you're going to run into one of two situations. Situation number one is they have advertised in the past, they have a Facebook ad account, in which case most of the time they would probably prefer that you get access to their ad account and that you run ads from their ad account. Now, I always prefer to run ads from a clean ad account or from my own ad account. That way you have full control, and especially if they don't have access to it, they're not like constantly looking in the ad account and kind of asking you stupid questions, or even worse, messing with your ads. You got to remember, they're not an advertiser. You are. You're going to know better than them, but they still get freaked out sometimes when they look at this stuff, and they might mess up your campaign. So the ideal situation is to have it on a clean solo account that only you can see and control. And that's why I'm so big on promoting yourself as a marketing agency and not as a Facebook ad agency. Because if at the end of the day you have a real estate client, you say, listen, I'm going to get you more real estate leads, that's what it should be about, not I'm your Facebook ad manager, So situation number one, they want you to use their account. And situation number two is you get to use your account. Okay. If you run into situation number one, you can at least request that you create a new account and run ads on a clean account so that you can keep everything separate. I've often had clients say, okay, that's fair, but they still want access. So you create the new account and then you give them access. One of the hardest things for clients to do, just because they're not technically savvy, is get you the proper access. Often they mess it up and whatnot like that. We're going to provide some education in this course to make that as little of a problem as possible. But they still often mess it up, or they forget to do it, or they delay doing it, and that just slows everything down. So when you are creating your own account and you have control, everything moves faster, which means you get paid faster. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to include some videos where if you are running ads on their Facebook ad account, you'll need to essentially get access and onboard them and all that good stuff. However, if you decide to run ads from your own account, then you would create your own Facebook ad account in your own business manager, in your own account, and you would do something like this. You could connect to their page and become an admin of their page and run ads from that account. But for certain clients, you could do this, which I'm about to show you. Okay, so if you're doing, like, say, a real estate client, this is how I run ads to real estate clients. I create my own page, something that looks like Tampa Bay Homes for Sale. And this is actually my page, right? And so what I do is I'll run an ad, like, for instance, let me just scroll down here. For instance, like this one, right? So, attention Tampa Bay, do you know anyone looking to buy a home? We've compiled a free report, blah, blah, blah. And I'll show these three things here. And as you can see, look, I got 15 shares, got a ton of comments, and I ran this as, I posted it and then I ran an ad to this post. So, basically, at this point right here, let's say I have a realtor on board and that realtor decides to go crazy or stop paying me or whatever. I now have this asset here, and when it'll go to my landing page, which is this right here. And basically what happens is if I lose that realtor, I can just bring the other realtor in, change a couple things in my back end, and now the leads are being sent to the new realtor. So I don't lose a step. I don't even have to change anything in my ads dashboard, right? So that's what's really cool about certain clients running from not only your own account, but as well your own Facebook page. Now, you can't do this with every client. For instance, a local chiropractor, you probably want to run an ad from their page. A local restaurant, you'd obviously want to run an ad from their page. But something like a realtor, you don't really need to do that. You could do an ad like this. Now, you could try to experiment with things with restaurants where you're like, get a meal voucher or some crap for your favorite restaurant. But I don't know. I find that, like, for real estate, something like this is good. For perhaps tourist type scenarios, like, hey, get a discount on parasailing, right? And so then you have a client who has a parasailing company, you can send that lead right to them. But if they ever quit, now you can contact another parasailing company in their city and say, hey, listen, I have all these parasailing leads. I'd love to give them to you. What do you think? And you give them a few leads and they go, wow, this is amazing. And then they sign up for your service. So what's really cool about doing it this way is you have an asset that will last you forever and you control it. And all you do is send it to new clients. In fact, if you ran the crap out of this ad, you could even split this up against two realtors and you could send half the leads to one and half the leads to the other. Again, as long as the client is happy with the amount of leads they're getting and they are happy with the amount of money they're paying you, everything's great. Okay, so really the three scenarios here are, number one, you run ads from their page and their account, in which case you'll need to watch the other videos that show you how to onboard for that scenario. Situation number two is you run ads from your account with their page, which is a common one. Or number three, if you have a client that fits this, you would run ads from your page, your account. And at that point, you're literally just a lead generation company. And that's like the best type of company to be, because you don't have to worry about them looking at your ads or whatever. You're just like, hey, you're going to get charged. And one more quick thing. When you charge them, what I would say is I'd say, okay, there's going to be two charges, John. There's going to be my fee, which is $1,000 or $1,500 a month. And then you're going to get a second charge for what we spent in advertising across our platforms. And that's going to be billed separately. We're going to try to keep it around, $500 a month. And we're going to try to get you as many leads as we can. If you're happy and you want more leads, we can always up that budget. And our fee will remain the same. We will not charge, and this is a great selling point, we will not charge you any more money from our management if you simply want us to up the budget that we're spending and get you more leads. So that's a really good selling point as well. Okay, so with that said, guys, again, decide which scenario based on the client, based on the situation, based on whether or not they've run ads. If they've never run ads, then definitely say, hey, listen, okay, here's send them over their onboarding agreement, get the credit card number, and when you get the credit card number, you're going to want to, number one, put it into a new account, okay? And number two, you're going to want to charge it for your fee, okay? But you're going to want to keep it on file so you're able to do that. So that is essentially how you kind of choose between the three scenarios. I know I said two, but it's really three. So in the other videos, I'll show you how to send over like I'll provide a sample onboarding agreement where you can get their credit card and everything. I'll show you how to set up the Stripe account and all that other good stuff. But this is just kind of giving you an overview of the three possible scenarios that you might run into. All right. Thanks, guys.